If my kids were out there, I would want every single person out there looking for my kids as much as possible.
Welcome to the chat. Having a slight bit of technical difficulty, but we're going to get the show on the road here in just a second. So I wanted to talk about Michael Vaughan because it's almost at the year mark for him disappearing. I didn't really cover his case because I didn't think it was going to take this long for him to be found. I thought they were going to have some resolution in this case fairly quickly. I mean, when it hit the 3-month mark and he was not found, I was kind of really amazed, kind of blown away, because it seemed like it was just a case of a little kid who wandered away in the wrong direction. Then the stuff started coming out about the vehicles, and it kind of changed the vibe to something else. But I wanted to talk about him because when I Googled him the day before yesterday, most of the things that came up didn't have anything to do with him. Like, it was about an athlete, Michael Vaughan, but it was really hard to find anything about Michael Monkey Vaughan. And so I feel like that means his name is kind of fading with mainstream media, and even on YouTube, because when I did a video search for him, I really couldn't find much recent on him, even on YouTube. So I want to go over his case. I'm kind of learning it tonight as I go over it. I know the basics, but not the whole story. So it says, a young boy went missing from his neighborhood the evening of Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Investigators and locals have been searching for 5-year-old Michael Vaughan from Fruitland, Idaho, ever since. Now, this article is from August 9th of last year, and it's from shortly after he went missing. It says, Michael Vaughan is a 5-year-old from Fruitland, Idaho. He went missing in his neighborhood the evening of Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Investigators and locals have been searching ever since for Vaughan, who is described as 43 inches tall and weighing 50 pounds. His nickname is Monkey, and he has blonde hair and blue eyes. Vaughan was last seen around 6:30 p.m. near his home on Southwest 9th Street. He was wearing a light blue Minecraft shirt, dark blue or black boxer briefs, and had a green stripe and flip-flop sandals. Chief J.D. Huff said in a statement, "To begin, we are just beyond the 1-week mark in our search for our missing and endangered 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan. I have to tell you that I spent my entire childhood in the neighborhood where Michael went missing. My children are growing up there. My law enforcement partners are mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, or friends of children just like Michael. We are all in, and we are committed to finding Michael." The first missing and endangered child alert went out at 8:20 p.m. with 4 different alerts to email, phone calls, and text messages being issued to the area residents until 11:20 p.m. that night. Michael's image and information went out to the nationwide law enforcement database known as NCIC, the National Crime Information Center. Authorities provided different contacts for anyone that has any information regarding the case. Those contacts are the Fruitland Police Department at 208-452-3001, the Payette County Sheriff's Office at 208-642-6006, extension 0. FindMichael at fruitland.org. Anyone who wishes to be anonymous can reach Crime Stoppers of Southwest Idaho. I'll put that link in the description. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Crime Stoppers of Southwest Idaho. All right, got that link in the description for anybody who needs it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put all of these in the description. Undo that. Okay, moving on. It says during a press conference, Mike Bond's parents addressed the community. His mother said, "I just want to thank the community and all the enforcement agencies that have been continuously, tirelessly looking for him. And anybody that has information, please contact the Fruitland PD. We just want our monkey home. We just missed our baby and we want him home." On Friday, August 6, 2021, dozens of motorcycle riders gathered at Fruitland Community Park to pray for Vaughan to be found. Riders decorated their motorcycles with blue ribbons representing Vaughan's favorite color. Brooke Curtis, one of the organizers for the motorcycle ride, said, "We put together a motorcycle ride tonight for awareness and support for the Michael Vaughan's family. He's also known as Monkey. We are part of the motorcycle community. When tragedy strikes, when something heavy happens, the motorcycle community comes together. We thought we'd get 10 or 15 bikes together to ride by and let them know that they're supported by the motorcycle community. We all want their son home just as much as they do. We thought it might be a nice gesture for them. It might not be helpful to the investigation or anything like that, but it's helpful to them as a family to see the support around them." That is a nice gesture. I mean, just to know, I can imagine in a situation like that, that it would be helpful to me to know that other people are thinking about me, praying for me and my family, you know, just putting those good vibes out there toward me and my family and my situation. Now, October 8th, an update came out where they said that they thought they identified a witness. It says law enforcement personnel involved in the search for a missing 5-year-old boy from Fruitland got a little spark recently when someone came forward with new information. Additionally, more money has been added to the reward fund, and police will reach out to the public today to help identify 4 people who were in the area near the time Michael Monkey Joseph Vaughan went missing. We recently identified a witness who brought forth good information that can really help us with the timelines. For Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff during a phone interview this morning, we think it's going to be very helpful. The chief said it was encouraging for law enforcement that despite Michael having been missing for more than 2 months, somebody who saw something finally stepped forward with new information. As investigators continue to piece together the timeline of July 27th, a critical component of the investigation, Huff is urging anyone else who might have information to step forward. If you were in that area of Southwest 8th or Southwest 9th, or Washington Avenue near Cornwall Way on July 27th or even earlier in the day, and you witnessed something that may have seemed strange or suspicious, we strongly encourage you to bring the information forward. Tips continue to come in, Huff said, with 471 total as of this morning. Again, this is October 8th. A large portion of those have been investigated and ultimately cleared by the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Idaho State Police, and the Fruitland Police Department. Persons sought for interviews are not suspects. Police are also seeking to identify 2 vehicles and their respective drivers, as well as 2 pedestrians who were seen in the area near the time when Michael went missing on July 27th. I always find it kind of odd when they ask about specific vehicles or people that were in the area in cases like this, because people know if they were there at that time. Why not come forward? Even if you're just coming forward to say, "I don't know anything, I didn't see anything, nothing stood out to me." Why just hang out in the shadows knowing that people want to talk to you and hear what you have to say? It's super important to understand that they are not suspects or persons of interest. We just want to talk to them to help complete the picture of that day. I wonder if any of those people ever came forward. Fruitland Police Department plans to post images of the vehicles on its Facebook page this afternoon. I think I need some coffee. The images are a little grainy as they came off a door camera, the chief said. However, he believes they are clear enough that someone might be able to identify them. The first motorist they are trying to make contact with was driving a 2016-2020 model year white Honda Pilot that was seen leaving the area on Southwest 8th Street at about 6:47 p.m. The second motorist police are trying to find was driving a 2010 to 2011 model year blue Dodge Avenger seen leaving the area. It had been on Southwest 8th, then immediately turned right on Whitley Drive about 6:57 p.m. We haven't ID'd them yet, but they were in our window, so we want to ID those people and make sure. The fact that these people haven't come forward so far, even knowing that they're being looked for, kind of does seem suspicious. The pedestrians they are looking to interview are the ones they are having trouble identifying, who were in the area of Southwest 8th and Crestview Park that evening. The first is a man with dark hair and facial hair who was wearing dark color shorts with no shirt, according to Huff. The man was seen jogging on the sidewalk near Crestview at about 6:15 p.m. He noted that although this was earlier than Michael went missing, they are still trying to track the man down to see if he can remember the day and giving them any information for the timeline. The second is also a man with dark hair who was wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts and walking off to Southwest 8th onto Crestview Park, then continued into the lower drainage behind the neighborhood about 6:30 p.m. Into the drain. The second is also a man with dark hair who was wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts and walking off Southwest 8th into Crestview Park, then continued into a lower drainage behind the neighborhood at about 6:30 p.m. That's weird. Huff is hopeful that with the description alone, people may know someone in the area and the motorists and pedestrians will be identified pretty quickly. Reward fund grows special to air. Another anonymous and significant donation has bumped the reward fund up to $40,000. The reward is available through November 15th for information leading to the safe return of Michael. I wonder if there's any rewards still available. Obviously, we're hopeful that amount motivates those with any information from that night to come forward and help bring Michael home to his family, Huff said. We continue to ask people, we continue to ask people to be vigilant, and if they have any information to help us, please contact us. The investigation is still very active, the chief said. We are 100% committed to finding Michael, and we are working on this every day. This includes continuing to pore over videos from cameras in neighborhoods and businesses, he said. Huff is also investigating the case, with his days largely spent on working on tips and leads. On Thursday, he talked to a representative from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children regarding a segment they are working on about Michael, which will air tonight. According to Angeline Hartman with the center, the segment tonight will be on News Nation, a new television network. It will be part of the Dan Abrams live show, which airs at 6 p.m. local time. She said the center is also working with Michael's family to put together a detailed story about Michael that will be distributed on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's social media pages. It is hoped that may be ready later next week. The family continues to cooperate. Huff says Michael's family continues to cooperate with law enforcement officials, having complied with all investigative requests and continuing to work with investigators. We appreciate the community support, certainly, and appreciate that they are respecting the family's privacy, he said. We continue to ask people to pray, and we are still helpful. From day to day, law enforcement officials experience highs and lows on the case, Huff said. From the investigation standpoint, they are doggedly combing over every one of the tips as if Michael were one of their own children. So we won't stop. We've got a great support and law enforcement partners helping who are just as invested, the chief said. Michael is our priority. During a team meeting the other day, that's what I told my guys, and what I continue to tell them to compel them to work on this. He is our priority, and we are after it. I think it's weird that no information has really come forth about Michael Vaughan. It kind of just doesn't make sense. Especially with them having such clear pictures of at least one of the vehicles and a fuzzy picture of another. It seems like someone should have come forward by now and said something. I'm gonna try again to see if I can screen share. I don't know what's going on with this computer lately. All right, let's see how long it'll act right for us tonight. Fruitland police say a new tip could be very helpful in the search. I think this is going to be the same. Yeah, this is going to be the same thing that I just read in the other article, because that one is also dated October the 8th. Now we have a story here from November the 19th, and I want to pull that one up. Now, this will say police now say 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, missing since July, is likely kidnapped near home. Let me refresh this and see if this video is about him. Because sometimes when you have things pulled up, it'll just keep playing in the background. Nope, this is about an Amber Alert, so I don't want to play that. Since I recently did a video, in case you're interested, I recently did a video about the Amber Alert, how it works, how it got started, where it originated from, the federal criteria for it, and all that. Okay, let me get this in the stream. Police investigators. Close that. Police investigators in Idaho now say missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughan was likely abducted near his home back in July. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff said during a news conference Thursday that the search for Michael won't stop until the boy is found. Huff said no headway has been made despite exhaustive ground searches in a 2-mile radius of the family home over the past few months, with the use of search dogs, drones, helicopters, local homeowners, and several law enforcement agencies. That increases the likelihood that Michael was abducted. Since the 5-year-old's disappearance, more than a dozen law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, have scoured 3,000 acres of land in rural western Idaho, 29 miles of riverbank, drained canals, and combed through dozens of files of security footage. We've received several credible tips. We work on those every single day. We just find that they take us nowhere at the end of the day, Huff said. Michael went missing from his neighborhood in Fruitland, a small Idaho community, on July 27th. He was last seen outside his home around 6:30 p.m. wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt, dark blue boxer briefs, and flip-flops. He's described as being 3 feet 6 inches tall with blonde hair, blue eyes, and weighing 50 pounds, and responds to the nickname Monkey. At Thursday's news conference, the boy's mother, Brandy Neal, asked for help from the public, saying her family is broken without him. I'm here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds, she said. If you know anything at all, if you know something, please, I am begging. This is my baby. This is my son. I need him home. Though they are not suspects, police are searching for at least 4 people who were in the area around the time Michael disappeared. 2 of them were seen on foot on the evening of July 27th, while 2 vehicles, a Honda Pilot and a Dodge Avenger, left the area at the same time. A city reward fund of $50,100 is available for anyone who provides information that leads to Michael's safe return, Huff said. The fund will be available until March 31st, 2022. Authorities are asking anyone with information to call the Fruitland Police Dispatch at 208-642-6006 or to email findmichael@fruitland.org. I never understand why, especially when there's a reward available, nobody comes forward. Like, whoever was driving that Dodge Avenger and that Honda Pilot, they know they were in that area that day at that time. Why not just come forward and say, hey, I didn't see anything. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything. Something. Okay, and this article is from March. Let me see what this one is from. I want to go over the most recent article, and then I'm going to end this stream. And I'm going to come back later and do some missing anniversaries for the 4th of July. So this article really doesn't have a whole lot of new information beyond what we've read in the last couple of articles. But like I said, it was hard to find anything really new about it. The only major update in this article is that the reward fund is $52,860. So it's a little bit higher than it was in the one before. Michael Vaughan has been missing for almost a year, and it's really sad that no one has come forward. So I really just wanted to put his name back into the conversation. Since it seems nobody's really talking about him anymore. And Michael is just as important as any of the other victims that we cover in this community. I am trying to pull up a picture of him to share with you because there really weren't very good pictures in those articles. And there were actually none at all in that one article. But I do want to leave you with his face. Which might not pull up. Here we go. Open that in a new tab. Okay, here we go. It took a second for it to load. Let me put that in the stream. And thanks to everyone who bears with me with my technical issues on these lives. It's really frustrating for me, so I'm sure it's kind of frustrating for you, but I will not give up on being a voice for the victims because they need us to be their voice. So technical difficulties and all, I will continue to come on here and continue to speak for them and about them. I'll continue to put their faces up there even when it takes 10 minutes for one picture to load. That's just more time that we can talk about the victims. And it crashed. I will update this video with a picture of Michael as the thumbnail so that his face can be out there, since my computer doesn't seem to want to allow me to show his picture on here tonight. I'm gonna try it one more time before I get out of here. Okay, come on. And there he is, this beautiful boy, Michael Monkey Joseph Vaughan, missing for almost a year now from Fruitland, Idaho. The police do believe that he was abducted. To the best as I could ascertain from what I've read, they are still looking for the driver of that white Honda Pilot and the blue Dodge Avenger. They're also looking for two males with dark hair. One has facial hair, had no shirt, and was wearing dark colored shorts. One was wearing dark shorts, a white t-shirt, walked through the park and on into a drainage area. So those four people they're still trying to identify as possible witnesses, not as suspects or persons of interest, but as possible witnesses to anything that day when Michael Vaughan went missing. So if you are one of those four people, please contact the Fruitland Police Department to let them know what you may have seen. The smallest detail in cases like this can sometimes break it. Maybe you saw another car. Maybe you saw someone walking who seemed out of place and just wasn't caught on video. Maybe you saw Michael walking in a direction other than what people thought he was walking in, or maybe you saw him getting into a car or talking to someone. Anything can help break this case. So if you are one of those four people that they're trying to identify, please come forward, make yourself known. And, even if it's nothing but you just calling them. If you've got warrants or something and you don't want to get arrested, you're afraid to actually contact the police in person, call them by phone, call Crime Stoppers, remain anonymous, and tell them what you saw that day. They'll get that information to the police. There are so many ways to be able to help with this case without putting yourself in any danger of being arrested or whatever. Again, Michael Monkey Joseph Vaughan, missing almost a year from Fruitland, Idaho. All the contact information is in the description. I'll see y'all later or tomorrow with missing anniversary posters for children who went missing, children and adults who went missing on July 4th in the last few years. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I love you guys. Good night.